Nobody steals our chicks and lives.
Spiders! I don't know how else I could have started the segment other than that, but whatever. So the first thing you actually want to do is go back into your ship, because for some reason you decided to leave the RPG there. I don't know why, and there's just some random steroids, because you kind of got to have the steroids. I'm pretty sure those rockets can kill you if you stand close enough, but this ship, by the way, does have a name. It's called the USS Framerate. I think it's the USS. I know it's called the Framerate, but I'm pretty sure it's USS Framerate. So, before I actually got onto this segment, I watched a video showing a whole bunch of different Easter eggs and other stuff like that in the game. And in it, I actually realized that this texture is very much reminiscent of the HAL 9000 computer from 2001: A Space Odyssey. So that was kind of interesting. But I found that there was a lot of Easter eggs that I just completely missed in the first episode that would have been somewhat interesting. Like, there was a turret in the toxic dump level that was in, like, it was embedded in the rocky wall. Apparently, if you jump across to where that little hole is, there is a little thing you can open up to reveal a really awesome secret that's just like, how the fuck did you get there or something. It's unfortunate that I missed it, and I think there are a bunch of others that I missed as well. And a few that I just sort of went over my head because I don't know jack shit about everything ever. So, what I do know about, though, is the new enemy we're about to come across. I think just about every single FPS has their own incarnation of the enemy class that's just simply called the Enforcer. This is Duke's version of it. It has a chain gun. It can also spit acid at you, which can do a decent amount of damage, but for the most part you shouldn't be taking that much damage from it, just because they're really easy to dodge. Sometimes they'll shoot when you open a door. I mean, you kind of can't really do much about that if that happens to be the case, but aside from that, there's not much to really worry about with these guys, aside from the chain guns, because those can kind of rip you to shreds. They tend to shoot at you, regardless of what they're doing, they tend to shoot at you if you hit them, so you kind of just gotta, if you can afford to take pot shots like this, then you should be able to avoid most, if not all, the damage from these guys. So, and then there's this shaft, which we will get access to eventually, and it will reveal onto us a whole bunch of valuable shit. But the first thing I want to do is grab this jetpack, because we will need it. Okay, cool. The auto aim was going to focus towards that Enforcer. I would have been a bit pissed off. Is there any more Enforcers? Not at this area, it seems. So, in order to progress, we want to hit this switch combination. It's very easy to hit, as you can tell there. There's another jetpack, which we so totally need. And then what we want to do is we want to take our jetpack, assuming I can switch the damn thing on, and we want to take it all the way up here, because this is a rather pointless area, aside from the fact that it has the first real Devastator of the playthrough. I mean, we're not really going to count anything from Faces of Death, for obvious reasons, so that's the first Devastator you get your hands on, and I'm almost certainly not going to get any use out of it whatsoever. Actually, you know what? Since I know I'm not going to get any more use out of this, might as well use it here. I don't see why not. One of the other issues that I'm going to have with this level is, this episode in general rather, is that there are actually no pig cops. So there's going to be a bit less shotgun ammo for me to work with. Thankfully though, that is sort of also off-put by the whole having extra weapons and stuff like that, because I just picked up my first shrink ray. This is not going to get any use though, unfortunately, because, I mean, I'm missing a secret, but I don't really know where the secret is, and the only other enemy here is what's about to get blown to pieces. Good, I just sort of fell in there like that, but yeah, that was a sentry drone. They are the kamikaze type enemies of this game. they are really entirely harmless unless they can sneak up on you or some shit. They can dodge rockets though, so try to use something more with like rapid fire with those guys. So that's the first level done, didn't take that long. And I'm just gonna go and jump out into space. I love this. I absolutely love that glitch. Basically what just happened there was, if I can find the enter key. Okay, that was a bit... Okay, basically what happened there was... I gotta reset the level anyway.
Come get some.
Basically what happened there was... I kicked it, and it turned the thing, and it turned the force field off, and when it came back here, it turned it back on. Thankfully, by kicking it again, it will switch it back off. So, they tend to not fuck around with this level, it seems. I get 3 sentry drones straight off the bat, and those aren't the only ones in the level, I'll tell you that right now. Because there's a few more. I wouldn't have a problem with this if I had my chain gun cannon, but unfortunately I don't have such luxuries. Now, I think what I want to do before I move any further on with this level... First I'll show this off. I used to think this was a Star Wars reference and a very obscure one, because 113 I'm pretty sure was just the randomly made up cell block number that Luke came up with in order to try to sneak Chewbacca in as a prisoner. This is when they were on the Death Star trying to save Princess Leia. Oh crap! Ugh. Good thing that medkit was there. I didn't take anywhere near as much damage as I was expecting. Plus there's the atomic health, so it's just even more in my favour. Stupid captains. But the 1138 is actually from, I think it's a movie called THX 1138, and there's actually another one down here. I don't know what the hell that sort of... I don't know what the hell it even is, if it is a movie or something else like that. I couldn't tell you. I had not actually heard of it until I saw the Easter egg video, so... Learning more shit about this game with every time I play it. So there you go. I think there's a chain gun cannon up here, which will be nice to have. Those idiots, though, not quite as much. I did grab that, right? Evidently I did not. I love how I, like, missed that twice. But whatever. Hit this switch, turns that off. That, yeah. The sentry drones for you. They'll be annoying, but as long as you hit them with rapid fire weapons, as I said earlier, they will not do anything to you. So... First Dr. Brains of the episode, and they are usually, in this episode onward, designed for the purpose of guarding these things, which have hatched into Protozoid Slimers. Unfortunately, that one died when the sentry drone blew up. I will show off what they do eventually. And there should be some around this corner as well. I know that they've hatched. See, there it is. When they get up to you, they do that. And take all your health off you. Thankfully, though, they are killed in one hit. The problem is getting that hit on. It may not seem like a big deal because of auto-aim being a thing, but that auto-aim is not really helping you that much. It's been made painfully obvious. I like how I completely forget every time I play this level that I have to go down here first to get the yellow key and then go around the other side. Kind of a waste of time if you ask me. I have to remind myself to move my recording window, or like the window that's got my recorder up, just a couple inches or so to the right, because at the moment I can only see the time recorded in regards to seconds. So I actually don't know how long I've been recording for. I think it's probably somewhere around about 10 minutes. So I'm going to be a cheap ass and get rid of these eggs. Not that I really need to, because the eggs that have hatched serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever, unless you force them to. And it is possible to force them to. I will try to show this off eventually because I have a hold of a freeze ray. I think it's the first freeze ray of the episode and thus the game officially. God, here we go. You over. Oh, no. Remembering my old lessons, don't use rapid fire weapons on those things because they are fucking loud as shit when you do that. So, yeah, this is how terrible the weapon select function is in this game. Stupid. I got a RPG, okay, cool. So, what I was trying to do is I'm going to freeze this. So freeze that as well, just to sort of show off things. Yeah, when you freeze them, when they unthaw, I keep saying unthaw. When they thaw out, they revert to their unhatched state and can hatch into additional protozoid slimers. If you shrink them, they will return. They will just automatically hatch as soon as they regrow. So you can get an infinite amount of enemies in the game as long as you have access to a shrink ray and at least one protozoid egg. There might be a limit to that though, I'm not entirely sure. But the shrinker on anything that's not a boss creature, or a sentry drone for that record, will just shrink them pretty much in one hit, and then you just step on them. Even if there's no ground underneath you to step on them and crush them. As I will show off here. Yeah, like that. Ow. Be quick. Almost ran out of air there. God. Wow. Shit. Not good situation to be in. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot the, Oh no. Oh, and I used the steroids as well. Not that that could have been so much worse. Let's, put that on. Grab that. Switch that on. And blow all those eggs away before they hatch. That could have been a lot worse. Are we about good? I think we might be about good. Now, the question is are there any more protozoids? I could have sworn there were. No, it doesn't look like it. The only enemies that I know of are in here, which are just sort of blew to pieces. So that was surprisingly quicker than I thought it was going to be. I think it took me like 9 or 10 minutes on my practice run of this, so can't say I'm going to complain too much about that. So now we move on from the incubator to the warp factor, which is where this segment is going to come to an end. This level will probably take me about 10 minutes just on its own, so I'll leave that for its own segment. So, see you next time.